What's good, my people? So this story has been going around a lot. I did a deeper dive that's gonna be on Patreon because the YouTube and the violence, it don't really go together. But we're gonna talk about it, man. We definitely gonna talk about it. So a Chicago passport bro got slashed by a Thai professional worker in Laguna Beach condo after allegedly refusing to pay. She pulled two knives and it turned into a full-blown hallway battle. Now, if you haven't seen this video, if you're not, too squeamish to the violence, you don't really see any blood or anything in the video. It's not that bad, but they do get into a very heated altercation, man. A very heated altercation. Um uh this is just another example of why it's probably best for most guys to not entertain that pay for play lifestyle. But if you are, this is a good warning for you, man. This is a good warning because this is something that can happen when entertaining women from the streets, anywhere, man, anywhere in the world. This can happen to you, right? And this woman, I don't know if she was actually carrying this knife, or this knife came from somewhere in the condo, because the altercation starts inside and then you see them come out into the hall. You don't see, well, I couldn't tell exactly when he got slashed, but that knife is flying around in this altercation. So this could have turned deadly for this guy. This could have turned very deadly for this guy, man. That's why I advise guys, man, you go to these countries, do some excursions, go ride some jet skis, go to the beach. And if you happen to meet a regular woman, a nice woman along the way, then that's one thing, right? But if you are going to test the waters, entertain that type of lifestyle, at least do it in a more safe manner. Have some other people with you. Do what you need to do. If you're paying for services, make sure you are compensating that person. I don't know, because they're saying he allegedly refused to pay, right? That's the big story going around, is that he didn't pay her. I don't know if that's true. But if he didn't, I feel like that makes you even more of a scum. Like I'm saying, you can't be telling people you're gonna do something and then not doing it, and not keeping your word. This is the type of person that gives the whole like passport bro thing a bad rap, because that's not something you should be doing, man. You don't see, well, you see altercations and you see stuff like this happening to like guys of other races and things like that, but not to this like full extent right here. And you're in Thailand, man. You're in Thailand. Everything's cheaper. Why are you refusing to pay? You requested services. Go ahead and pay for it, man. But like I said, that's just the story that's going around. We don't know if that's true, but if it is true, then he got to do better. He got to do better, and maybe he just need to stay in Chicago. If you come from Chicago, you come from a dangerous place. You don't want to be going to other countries and still be risking your life. That's just my opinion on it, though. I've seen a lot of people like reposting this, a lot of people talking about it. We see this first comment right here that says he should have paid that man for his services, and that's something else that I've been seeing, that this is allegedly a lady boy, for lack of better words. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. To me, I don't know. During the fight, I will say, during the fight, that person was very putting up a good fight. I'm not gonna lie, they were putting up a good fight. Not really overpowering him, but definitely, like, that person could have killed this man. I'm not gonna lie, that person could have easily ended this man's life. So he gotta be smarter. Like, you go into these other countries, like I said, you're messing with women from the street. Yeah, they might have weapons on them. Like, yeah, or they might just have bad intentions from jump, right? They might be in a position to where they're down bad, and if they can't steal your phone, they're gonna steal your phone. If they can rob you and drug you and all that stuff, then they will do that. So you just got to be careful. You just got to be careful moving around, going to these countries. It could end up bad for you, and that's not something that I want to see happen to anybody. That's why I always tell guys, gotta be safe. Don't be getting too drunk. I advise young guys, like, we gotta understand, like, the whole Passport Pro pay for play scene. This was meant for like the older guys who, they lived life. They been through marriages, divorces. They're at a point in life where most women aren't gonna, mess with them for free anyway, right? And if they want a hot young thing, they're gonna have to leave with their wallet, right? This was what that lifestyle was kind of meant for. It's got kind of globalized and turned into something that everybody wants to do, right? Everybody from the guy that just turned 18 and he got on Instagram and seen that you can go to DR, you can go to Sosua, you can go to Cartagena, and you can have a great time. And now it's become like a more mainstream type of thing. But with that comes this type of behavior, because you're not going to see any old guy be worried about the price that a woman tells them. They're going to pay whatever those women tell them, even if they are overcharged. Like, those guys, like, they don't care. They got their pensions, they got their retirement money, all that stuff. I seen a video the other day of this girl. She was a black girl. She was asked if she's ever been with a white guy. She was like, oh, yeah, he was a trick, though. Like, he was an older white guy, and he just had all this money. I think he paid her like $700 for one day, and then he paid then he was showing her like all these checks that he had that he didn't cash yet, just because he did need them at the time. So, like, a lot of those guys, like, that's what this lifestyle was meant for. I think if you're a young guy, you need to be, using your game, using your looks, trying to still become that best version of yourselves when it comes to trying to get a woman. But, if you have seen this video, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Yeah, man. Chicago guy, allegedly slashed by a Thai woman in Thailand at his condo. They had a crazy battle in the hallway. Crazy situation. He could have lost his life. Thankfully, he didn't, man. Thankfully, he didn't. As always, love y'all. I'm out.